Okay, to build positive live chats experience for you and your viewers, choose who can participate. Learn more. Hey, okay, so now I'm back. Yeah, I had to figure out how to get the live chat and how to see the comments and all of that. So yeah, I figured it out. So sorry, I'm learning. So now you can ask me the questions if you want to. I can see them. You can make comments. You can, tell me what you think about the channel. Tell me what you think about the DMV. Ask questions about what is going on at the DMV. And, whatever comments or questions you want to have, if you want to tell me how good the videos are, how much the video has helped you, give me your opinions on what is going on at the DMV. And, basically just let's have a chat. Just talk to me. I get a lot of comments on the YouTube channel and I get a lot of people calling me to ask questions. So whatever your questions are, now is the time to ask. Or whatever comments you have, now is the time to jump into the comments and let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and your thoughts. Again, I am Henry Vernon, ACC Driving School. On the YouTube channel has been live now for going on 6-7 years. We've been in business for about 30 years. And we're in Broward County, Florida. So I get a lot of people that is calling from Tampa, from Orlando, from Jacksonville. And they're calling to make appointments because they're watching the videos on YouTube and they think I'm right next to them. But just know that I am in South Florida, which is close to Miami. So when you're calling me, you can call and ask me questions, but if you're going to try to make appointments for driving lessons, make sure you're in my area. Now, I have people coming from West Palm Beach and, Miami and whatever, and they'll take the train down. I've had people fly down from, New York, Connecticut, wherever, because they watch the videos and they want me to teach them. But if you're trying to get me to drive to you, because I had one guy call me from, I forget where, Ocala. And I told him I am in Fort Lauderdale, which is like 6 hours from Ocala. And he was asking me, so you can't do it? And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I had another lady call me the other day from Orlando. And she called me like maybe 5 or 6 times. And she's insisting that I should be able to drive to Orlando to help her, because she's watching the videos and she's convinced I'm the only one that can help her. So, if you're not in South Florida, meaning the Tri-County area, Dade, Broward, parts of Palm Beach, because I'll only go as far as Delray and as far south as, say, Miami Gardens. I'm not going all the way down into Miami, and I'm not going that far north, right? So if you're within the Tri-County area and you don't want to take the train or Uber to meet me closer, then I will not be able to help you. But if you are willing to take the train, I can pick you up at the train station from wherever you're coming from. I've done that quite a bit, especially for the people coming from Palm Beach. So again, I am open and available for people that's willing to commute. If you have any questions, any comments about, again, the school, about the DMV, about the third-party testing, any gripes, any complaints about the DMV that you want to make, now might be a good time to do it, because somebody from the DMV could be watching and they can hear what people have to say, because people call me to tell me about it and I hear about it on a daily. People are really venting about the DMV and the way it's been. So if you're in any of the locations close to me, yeah, you can the DMVs, like I said, you can do walk-ins now on Mondays, right? Do I need to bring any paperwork getting my license? What kind of paperwork are you asking about? If you're a U.S. citizen, you just need to bring your birth certificate or passport, your learner's permit, and your social security card if you have one. If you're trying to get the learner's permit, social security card, passport, 2 pieces of mail, passport or birth certificate. Corey, if you go slow, if you go slow, will you fail? No, you won't fail for going too slow. You'll fail for going too fast though. In the parking lots, the driving test is in the parking lots, and if you're going 20 miles per hour, they will fail you. If you're going 5 to 10 miles per hour, you'll probably be better off doing 5 to 10 miles. If you watch my videos, you'll see I tell my people all the time to go about 10 miles per hour in the parking lot. So no, you won't fail for going slow unless you're like, you know, they'll probably tell you to speed up a little bit, right? But you won't fail for going slow, but you will most definitely fail for going too fast. Hope that helps. All right, come on. Anyone else with questions or comments? Um, Come on, now's the time. Again, Chanel, I'm bad at parking. How many points do they take off for bad parking? Bad parking, you won't lose points unless you knock down the. If you knock down the cones, you will fail. If you're parked and you're not centered, you'll lose 2 points. So yes, you do lose points. If you knock down the cone, you fail. If you're not parked properly, you can lose 2 points or so for parking improperly. Okay, Janya, Jana, Janya, I believe. I take my test June 3rd in Lauderdale Lakes. Okay, cool. So if you have an appointment or not, you're doing a walk-in. I suppose if you say June 3rd, then you already have an appointment. Well, good luck. You're taking your written test, I'm assuming, right? Because if you go about 5 to 10, don't hit a cone. Use your turn signals. Stop at stop signs. That should be good. Yeah, if you know how to drive, yes. If you know how to drive and you listen and follow instructions, and you will be fine. They're pretty decent actually. People give the people at the DMV a bad rap. The people are nice, normal people, and if you do what you're told, if you listen to what they're telling you to do and follow the instructions, then you should have no problem. Oh, you're taking your driving exam, so you've been watching my videos then, right? What are the reasons for instant fail? All right, there are many things that fails you instantly. If you knock down the cones, you will fail instantly. If you hit a curb while doing the driving test, you will fail. If you drive on the wrong side of the road, that will fail you. If while reversing you end up on the wrong side of the road, that will fail you. And what else? Yeah, that's it. Don't stop. If you hit the cones, don't stop at the stop sign. Drive on the wrong side. Yeah, those things will fail you. But most other things will get you points. Okay, you watch my channel every day. Thank you very much. Share the live. Tell your people to watch the live and ask me some questions. The cones worry you? Your cones shouldn't worry you. Watch my parking videos. I have lots of videos on YouTube and TikTok. Again, my TikTok is ACC Nation, by the way. And you know the YouTube channel, Acc Driving School. I have videos that shows you how to park. How to park perfectly every time is the name of the video, actually, the parking video. So look at the parking video. That will help you a lot. And if it doesn't help, then you call me up to book some driving lessons. I'll show you how to park. I've been doing it for a minute, so I can definitely help you on that. I am nervous about the 3-point turn. I have lots of 3-point turn videos on my channel. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest video on my channel is a 3-point turn video. So that is actually quite easy. Will they take you on the road? If you're doing your driving test in any other DMV location except Margate, no, they don't take you on the road. Margate takes you on the road for about a minute. Literally a minute. You come out the plaza, you go around the corner, you enter the plaza. Just like that. 3-point turn can be done in 5 points actually. Um, they'll give you a chance if you're making attempts and correcting, whatever problems you have. So it doesn't have to be done in 3 points. So if you stop and reverse and do it again, they'll give you a break. So even though it's a 3-point turn, they'll give you a break if you have to do it in, say, 4 points. I don't know if they'll continue to giving you a break. It depends on the examiner. If they're in a good mood, they might give you a 5-point turn. So yeah, thanks for the questions, Chanel. Come on, people, ask me some more questions. And make comments. It doesn't have to be questions. Make some comment. Tell me what you feel about the DMV, the appointments, the third party, how long it takes to get an appointment. Let me hear about that. Will I lose points when I am parking? I stop and reverse to be sure I hit no cones. No, you will not. If you don't hit the cones and you're parked perfectly in the space, or even if you're not parked perfectly, you will not fail if you don't knock down the cone. If you're not parked perfectly, you will get some points, but you won't fail if you stop and make corrections. Making corrections mean you didn't hit the car, right? So the cones represent cars parked beside you. So if you don't hit the cones, then you're fine. So yeah, if you find that you're going to hit the cone, the correct thing to do is to stop and make the corrections. So no, they won't fail you if you make the correction. And that, again, same thing as in the 3-point turn. You can make corrections if you find that you're going to make a mistake. You make the corrections before you hit something. You can take your written exam the same day. Yes, same day as what, by the way? You can go into the DMV and take your written exam. If you're over 18, you can do your written exam and your driving test on the same day, providing you have 2 appointments. One appointment will not suffice to do your written and your driving test. You will need to have 2 appointments. So yes, if you're over 18, Corey, you can do both, but you do need 2 appointments. Hope that helps, Corey. My friend said they made you slam on the brakes. Should you really slam on the brakes or gradually stop? Well, the quick stop is exactly that. They want you to stop like it's an emergency. Like they don't want you come into a smooth stop. They want you to stop as if a kid just ran out in the road. What they will say is try to stop, do a sudden stop without skidding the brake. So you want to stop sudden, but not locking up the brake to the point where you slide down the road. So you're going to do a sudden stop, but try not to slam too hard that makes the car slide. Yeah, so yeah, a sudden stop is a sudden stop. It's not a gradual, smooth stop. Mr. Vernon, how are you? I'm great, actually. Corey Mason. Yeah, I'm good. You hope they don't fail you. Well, if you don't fail, they won't fail you. Contrary to what people think, the people at the DMV are not just failing people for the fun of it. You understand? If you pass the test, they'll pass you. Some of them, it depends on their mood at the time. They're pretty decent. Yeah, the DMV examiners are really normal people. I know most of them because I've been in business for many, many years. And yes, they are normal people. I guess people wake up from the wrong side of the bed sometime, and they have different attitudes. Depends on what's going on at home. But for the most part, DMV people are just like the rest of us. They're normal, hardworking people. Oh, you're in Jacksonville, Corey. It should be the same. The tests should be the same or similar to the ones on my channel. All of the driving tests in Florida are actually quite similar. Based on what I have heard from people that make comments, the test is the same practically anywhere you do it in Florida. I mean, with the exception that there are different shopping centers and different rights and lefts, but they're gonna have you doing the same things like 3-point turn, parking, quick stop, reversing. It's the same. You've watched like 10 of the videos? Cool. There's a lot more to watch, my friend. I have 550 videos. I know you're not going to watch all of them, but 10 is pretty decent. Janika. I'm in Atlanta, but I want my Florida license. Oh, you're in Atlanta. Okay, yeah, but I mean, like I said, when you come down, if you need my help, just link me up. I've got my license with your 2019. You're very good instructor. I'm now in New York. Oh, okay, Corey. I don't remember you, Corey, but the name's familiar. You got the license with me in 2019. Oh, okay, cool. So how is New York? Oh, somebody else. What is Queen Bree? You helped me pass my road test. Thank you. You are very welcome. Glad to help. That's what I've been in the business for a minute, so I'm actually, been doing it. So it's cool. It's cool to hear from you guys, by the way. Corey in New York and Bree. It's nice to hear from you guys. How many lessons do you people usually need to be good enough for the test? Okay, now that's a question that I get often. Every person learns at their own pace. Some people will need 5 lessons to be decent. Some people will need 20 lessons to be decent. I've had people that took as many as 8 or 9 packages of 5. So it depends. If you're a fast learner, you'll pick it up really quickly. If you're not, then it's whatever. Some people will learn faster than others. So the average person will need between 5 and 10 lessons. That would be the average. Come on, more questions, more comments. I'm liking it. So I guess the first ones that I did, I didn't have the thing turned on properly. Okay. I took 2 lessons so far, but my instructor isn't very helpful. He said very little. I need more guidance. Okay, change your instructor. Come to ACC Driving School. If you're in the area, how do I make an appointment with you? You can call me up at 954-588-8075. Again, that is 954-588-8075 to make appointments for driving lessons. If you're in the Tri-County area, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. We go as far north as Delray, as far south as Miami Gardens. Do you need a learner's permit first to take the Class E driving exam? Yes, you do need a learner's permit. Well, you need to take the written test and pass it. If you're 18 or over and you know how to drive, and I'm being very specific here. If you know how to drive, you don't need to actually take the permit in hand. You can take your written test and then take your driving test immediately. If you need driving lessons, then you need to take your learner's permit, because that's the whole purpose of the permit, so you can take driving lessons on the street. It's going good. I was in Lauderdale. Okay, cool. Glad you like New York. I don't really love New York. I've been there quite a bit, but I'm not a big fan. Okay, perfect. I'm in Boca. Okay, cool. That's what's up. I take my test on Thursday in Tampa, DMV. Hope. Tampa. I'm not in Tampa. I'm in Broward County. Wish you luck on your test in Tampa, though. But you won't see me in Tampa. But I wish you all the luck in the world. Just keep watching the videos. It'll help. Any more questions? Okay, take my test Thursday at the Tampa DMV. Hope to see you there. No, you won't see me. I answered that already. Any more comments? Any tips? Watch the videos. The videos, go to the channel ACC Driving School on YouTube. You're on the channel, so you know. Watch some of the driving test videos, because the videos covers everything that is on it. Other than the videos, just listen and follow instruction. Don't overthink it. Don't think ahead of the examiners. Just listen to what they tell you and follow the instruction. Again, they're pretty cool people. So if you listen and follow instruction, they don't like when you try to think ahead of them and do things before they tell you. So just listen and follow instruction. Where are you from? I'm from Jamaica. I've been here for ever though. I came here at 13, 14. But I am from Jamaica, Montego Bay, Jamaica to be exact. Chloe, it's cluster. I am from St. Anne, Jamaica. St. Anne's. Corey, trust me. If you know how many people I get from everywhere in Jamaica, I would literally have to see a picture of you, my friend. I get too many people to remember. I remember the name, but I can't even put a face to it, honestly. This message is held for review. I don't know who that is or what that is. Jamaica is gorgeous. For real, for real. Okay, any more questions? Any more questions? Any more comments? Come on. I'm gonna be on these lives for as long as I need to get you guys going. They say if you're a good driver, there you can drive anywhere. Well, yeah, if you can drive in Jamaica, you can literally drive anywhere. They're like race car drivers over there. So I would have to agree with that. What is the speed limit in the parking lot? I would say about 10 miles per hour is what I would recommend. Yeah, you don't want to go flying through the parking lot. You want to keep it slow, between 5 and 10 for the most part. Come on, people. We only have a few people on here asking questions. What happened to the rest of you guys? Thank you, Chanel, Corey, and Janaya. Come on, people. Again, if you don't have any questions and you have comments, if you want to talk about the videos, talk about how much you like the videos or not, make suggestions for new videos that I could make, whatever, just say it. Can you pick your instructor? Not really. Not really. There's just, you can, I mean, if you whoever the instructor is that start you, that's the person you will end with. We generally don't switch instructors. So when you call, you'll probably get me on the phone, and I'll be the instructor for the most part. Unless there are, there's one other instructor that I won't say right now, but yes, we can put you with the other instructor if you want to, but there's only two of us. I love watching your videos. Okay, cool. Thank you, my friend. I like making them, actually. Thank you so much for the videos. I took my driver's license test last week and passed. Glad to help. I'm glad you love them. Again, I enjoy making them. I've been kind of busy lately because I have 3 YouTube channels. I mean, I have a sound system channel that would be Sequence Sound, and I have a car channel. So I'm busy with all 3 channels, and then I'm doing the TikTok thing and all of the other things. So I'm busy. So I don't make as many videos as I used to. Will there be any cars nearby in the parking lot? I'm scared I will hit a car. Well, it's a regular parking lot. So yeah, there will be cars there. And if you're so worried about hitting cars, maybe you shouldn't take the test yet. Maybe you should take some more driving lessons. Because if you know how to drive, then you wouldn't have to worry about hitting cars. You know what I mean? So if you're worried about hitting cars, then I would suggest that you take some more driving lessons. Thank you, Chanel. What's your music channel? Sequence Sound, actually. The music channel is Sequence Sound. So just jump over there if you haven't subscribed already and subscribe to Sequence Sound. It's really popping. If you like reggae, if you like music, actually, because it's not necessarily just reggae. It's mostly reggae, but it's a cool vibe. Me and my glasses, I need them to read it properly. So if I look like a nerd, it's whatever. Do you sing? I wish. I wish. My kids sing. My son and my daughter are great singers, but I didn't get that talent. I have a good ears. I can tell you if you could sing good, but I can't sing. If you sing, if you can stay on key and you have a I can tell you about your voice. I can tell you what you need to do to fix it, but I don't know how to sing. I wish though. Always wish I could sing, but no, I can't sing. Any more questions? Comments? Ideas? Video ideas? Throw some out. My music page is about sound systems for the most part. Like this weekend, there was a big sound system festival in Belgrade. It's a Mother's Day festival where they have 5 big sound systems string up in a park with thousands of people. Actually, it was pretty cool. So I'm going to start editing that video to post on the channel as soon as I get off this live. So yeah, it's about sound systems, dancehall parties, mostly in the Jamaican community, reggae community, because that's where I am. But I'm not closed off to, doing live videos from any kind of sound system event. So if you know of an American sound system event that you need me to record, I'll be happy to do so. Marjorie, how have you tried to sing? Have I tried to sing? No. I know I can't sing, Marjorie. I've tried, but I suck. I don't know how to sing. I wish I could. I am, again, I can tell if you could sing, but I can't sing. How long is the driving exam? The driving exam at the DMVs are about 8 minutes, 7, 8 minutes. If you're doing it at a third party, it's about 15 to 20 minutes. So the DMV test is actually about half the length of a third party test. And on the third party test, they actually take you out on the road at all third party locations. So unlike the DMV, where they keep you in the parking lot, at the third party test, you go on the road. So the DMV test is about 5 to 7 minutes. Just like the videos, you see the exact amount of time that it takes me to run through the driving test. That's about how long the test will be. It's fairly easy. Again, just like if you watch the videos, even if you watch one video, you will see everything that they expect you to do on the test. When I make the videos by myself, which I've been doing a lot lately, I find I can be more thorough. When I'm doing it by myself. So I've been doing more videos by myself, and I can run through step by step quicker than I do with my students, to be honest. How long is your driving exemption? Can you use my mom's car? You can use any car. People show up with big pickup trucks and minivans and whatever they drive, you can use that for your driving test. There's no limit to what you can use. We have most people that take driving lessons use the cars that they learn in, but you're not limited to the driving school car. You can use any car as long as the brake lights are working, turn signal lights, horn, your door opens and closes, you can use it for the driving test. Those are the only limitations. It has to be currently licensed and insured, because they check that. You have to have license and insurance. The door locks has to work, and the brake lights, turn signal lights, and horn have to work. Other than that, you can use any car you want. Yes, in the Lauderdale Lakes location will only be in the parking lot, right? Yes, in Lauderdale Lakes, it's in the parking lot. Take my driver's test tomorrow. Being watching you. Wish me luck. Good luck, my friend. Keep distance, whatever that means. Yes, I wish you all the luck in the world. The test is easy if you know how to drive. Everything is easy if you know how to do it. You get me? Like I'm a sound engineer. I make the sound system from scratch. If you don't know how to make a sound system, it looks like a puzzle when you look at the wires. It's a maze, but for me, it's no big deal, right? If you know how to do anything, it's quite easy. So the driving test is extremely easy if you know how to drive. If you cannot drive, then it probably will not be as easy. Oh, okay, you know how to drive. Okay, so you've been driving with your permit. That's cool. So you should have no problems. If you've been driving and and you're pretty comfortable, the biggest thing for that fails people at the DMV is they get so nervous that they can't function, right? So if you go to the DMV and you've practiced and you're confident, then it should be a breeze. You just go in there confident, listen and follow instruction, and you should have no issues. Um, I mean, I train my students. I don't take people to the DMV that I don't think will pass, and yet some of them get so nervous that they can't even function. So just try to be calm, try to relax, not overthink it, and you should be fine. You've been driving with your permit as well, Janika. Well, you should have no problems. How long do you have to wait to test again if you fail? If you fail, you can take the test the next day. But you are only allowed to take the test 4 times. If you fail 4 times, they take your permit away for 1 year. So I think 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure it's 4. So if you go to the DMV and you fail the test 2 times, before you keep going and failing, you take some driving lessons to kind of figure out why you're failing. But yeah, you're allowed to fail. I think 4 or 5 times. I'll have to double check to make sure it's four, if it's 4 or 5. But yeah, you don't want to keep taking the test. Keep taking the test if you fail it. If you're failing more than once, even if you're nervous, you should still be able to pass. So don't keep taking the test if you're failing. Yeah, you have to be terrible. You have to be terrible to fail 4 times, but you have to just not know how to drive. And that's the problem. People don't know their limitations. People are showing up to take their driving test when they don't know how to drive. Okay, people in to say that your videos have helped me a lot, and I appreciate everything you do. Thank you very much, Sally. I'm really, really happy to help. I get the comments, and the comments makes me feel good. So yeah, thank you for watching the videos, and thank you for saying thanks for the videos. I appreciate that. Chanel, have you seen anyone fail that many times? I had one lady, and I'll tell you the story about this lady. She failed the driving test 3 times before she decided to take driving lessons. And then she only wanted to take 1 driving lesson. And she really wasn't that good. So I advised her not to take the driving test because you only have 1 chance left. And because she didn't want to spend any more money, I should say, because she only paid for 1 driving lesson, she decided to take the test anyway and failed. And then I never heard from her again because, again, they take the permit for a year. So that one person, since I've been in the business, that's the only person that I've ever seen that failed the test 4 times. And that's because she was being cheap. She didn't want to pay for any more driving lessons. But I have other stories like similar to that. I had this one lady took 2 driving lessons. And instead of paying for more driving lessons, she went and bought a car. And then crashed it and totaled it in like 2 days. So instead of paying for driving lessons, she had ended up losing a car. So yeah, sometimes what they say in Jamaica, they have a saying, they say penny wise and pound foolish. So you're trying to save a couple of dollars here and end up costing yourself a couple of $1,000s over there. So before you decide, okay, I don't need no driving lessons, I can do it. It's better to pay for a couple of lessons, It's a good investment. It's an investment in your future, your life, really, because you can go out there. Like I had a student that got into a major accident and someone actually died, her daughter actually. She promised to take more lessons because she needed it, and she didn't. So if you need driving lessons, I would suggest that you take driving lessons. Don't go out there driving trying to save a couple of dollars, because it's your life and the lives of other people on the road. So yeah, I would suggest that if you need it, you should take it. Come on, more questions, more comments. I'm loving it. So this is my 4th live, and now I realize why I wasn't getting a lot of people commenting, because I had something turned off. Do you have videos on parallel parking? Yes, I do actually. Just go onto the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, just go onto the channel and search for parallel parking. It's on there. I think I need to make a new one though, because that's been a while. So I'll make another one. But yes, it's on the channel. And long as you know, there is no parallel parking on the Florida driving test. And there are very few places that you need to do parallel parking, except like on the beach. But yeah, I do have a video on it. I think one video. I have multiple parking videos: reverse parking, parking from the left, parking from the right. You know, I have lots of videos on parking, but I think I have one parallel parking video. 1 or 2, I'm not sure. I think 2. Actually 2, yes. So yeah, if you search for it, you should find it on the channel. Again, it's buried way down in the channel because it's been a minute, and I probably made that video when I had like maybe 150 videos, and now I have 550. So it's buried. I am probably gonna have to start making a lot of the older videos that I made when I first started, like, you know, how to change lane and all of that. And if you notice, I don't make a lot of videos on anything other than the driving test, because in real life, people really only want to watch the driving test videos. Do they test you on reverse parking? No, there's no reverse parking on the driving test, even though I get a lot of people telling me their friends tell them they had to reverse park. Don't ask me why their friends are lying to them, but they are. There's no reverse parking on the Florida driving test. And I've gotten 1,000 questions about that. And people are always telling me their friends tell them that they had to do it. Just like I had people telling me they had to do parallel parking. Parallel parking ended when like almost 30 years ago. So no, there is no parallel parking. Do they test you? Okay, I don't know how people parallel park before backup camera. Parallel parking it's an art. You have to learn it. When you go to New York, you have to parallel park. I am pretty good at it, and like I said, the video shows it. Do you have reverse parking videos? Yes, I have reverse parking videos on the channel also. Good, I don't know how to reverse park. Yeah, there's videos on the channel on reverse parking. A couple of them actually. Then again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, it's difficult to find these videos. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, then I'm going to suggest that you do so. Again, I have the 4, the 8, the 12-hour traffic ticket classes on the website, accdriverseducation.com. 4, 8, 12-hour classes, the first-time driver class that you need before you get your learner's permit. It is also on the channel at accdriverseducation.com. There is the written test is available to people under 18 on the website. So there's a bundle that has the 4-hour class and the written test. So if you're under 18, you can do that on the website. If you want the third-party driving test, if you've been trying to get an appointment forever and you can't find one, and you want to do the third-party driving test, then you can hit me up at 954-588-8075 to do the third-party driving test. Okay, Janice says she doesn't know about Janaya. Yeah, so 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour, everything that you need is on the site. What's the cost of the exam? The cost of the exam at the third-party sites are $150. If you want me to take you to the test, if you have an appointment at the DMV, the test is $150, regardless of where it's at, third-party or DMV. Driving lessons are $125 per lesson. Lessons are an hour and a half. If you want to make appointments for driving lessons, you call me up at 954-588-8075. Again, that is 954-588-8075 for driving lessons, for the third-party test. For the any of the traffic classes, it's accdriverseducation.com. My TikTok is ACC Nation, by the way. Check me out there. How small is the parking space in the DMV? It's a regular parking space. It's just a regular everyday parking lot. It's not a it's the same standard parking lot. They have cones or poles on the four corners, but it's just a regular parking lot. It's not like a extra small parking lot. It's just a regular parking lot, parking space, I should say, that you would find in any parking lot. Should you make videos on Jamaica? I don't go to. The last time I went to Jamaica was 2019, so I couldn't make any videos on Jamaica. But I do have a lot of people in Jamaica watching. You know, when you go to the algorithm, you can see where people are watching from, and I actually do have a lot of people watching from Jamaica. I have people watching from all over the world. They show you, give you a breakdown of where people are watching from and how many people are watching, how many hours they're watching. So there's a good amount of people in Jamaica. But I suppose that would be people that is planning to come to America, because I have people watching from all over the world. If they have plans to come to Florida, then they'd watch the channel. Is early morning a good time for driving test? Early morning is the only time I go to the DMV. Because if you wait until the afternoon, then you will be there all day. So I like to go there early in the morning and get out as soon as possible. What part did I visit in 2019? I went on the Jamrock cruise, actually. That went to Ocho Rios and a place called Falmouth. So the cruise, it was a 6-day cruise that left from Miami. And it's a reggae cruise. Reggae is like having a reggae sunsplash on the ship. It's a vibe. It lasted 6 days. It stopped in Ocho Rios. The artists that were in Jamaica that cannot travel to America would board in Ocho Rios, and they would cruise to Falmouth, and they would come off the ship the next day. It was a vibe. It was a really nice vibe. That's when Buju had just came out of prison, and he boarded in Ocho Rios and then cruised to Falmouth. That was cool. Oh, went on the first voyage? Okay, cool. It's a vibe. I haven't been back since 2019. Since they restarted it, I have not been back. But I guess in the future I will go back. My test is at 9:45 a.m. I want to be in and out. Yeah. If you have a 9:45 appointment, you're one of the early appointments, so you'll be fine. It's the people that go there after midday that end up staying there the whole time. Yeah, the mall is Junior Gang, actually. He's the main guy behind it. The brothers are just there to give him moral support, I guess. But it's Junior Gang's thing. It's a vibe. Yeah, that's a real vibe. That's a big money vibe, though. You gotta have a lot of money to rent the entire ship for a week, because everyone on the ship is there for the reggae vibe. It's not like they just rent a part of the ship. They have the whole entire ship for the week. So it's a vibe. It's a big money vibe. Is the DMV open on weekends? Pompano is open on Saturdays, and I believe Pembroke Pines. Pompano and Pembroke Pines is open between 8 and 1 on Friday and Saturdays. Those are the only ones that I know about. The third-party test sites are open too on Saturdays between 8 and 1 also. But yeah, those are the only DMVs that I know about in my area, in the Tri-County. Well, maybe Palm Beach. I don't know what's going on in Palm Beach, but I know in Broward County you have Pembroke Pines and Pompano that's open on Saturdays. Well, your appointment was 4:15 and you goes out pretty fast. That's great. Just keep in mind that at 4:15 though, they're kind of winding down. They don't have many appointments after 4. So if you have a 4:15 appointment, then you're like one of the last ones. So I'm not surprised that that one went fine. But the ones that last, that takes hours, are the one that's like 11 to say 3:30. Those appointments are ridiculous. And again, they're getting a handle on it now, because now that they have the walk-ins on Mondays, and they're only doing appointments during the rest of the week. Because again, Monday they have walk-ins all day, so that's kind of alleviating a lot of the problems. So yeah, if you have a 4:30 appointment, I'm not surprised that you got through fairly quickly, because again, that's the end of the day. So, and they usually don't have that many appointments in the latter part of the day, because the examiners are, they work from 8 in the morning till 5. So they want the supervisors to be kind of wrapping it up by then. Some supervisors I will probably get people in there later than that, but I'm sure the people that work there don't want to be there no longer than they have to. So yeah, 4:15 appointment would be, yeah, I could see why that would be pretty fast. Come on, more questions, more comments. Okay, cool, Chanel. Looking forward to it. Just hit me up. You know the number, 954-588-8075. Again, that is 954-588-8075. Call me up and make your appointments. I assume the DMV is being so busy because of the real ID airport issue. Well, the real ID airport thing is new. The DMV has been that way since COVID. Remember, they were closed for a while because of COVID, and they never recovered, because the backlog has just gotten bigger because there are millions of people moving to Florida. So, on top of the backlog from COVID, and it's compounded by the amount of people moving to Florida, and not to mention the fact that in order for them to become efficient, they need to build a couple of more DMV, open a couple of more DMVs, and they will not. And I would say that's because of the politics of it. You know what I mean? The people that's in charge, the politics, they will not open more DMVs, but they do need more DMVs. I recommend my coworker to watch your videos because she plans to taking her driving exam. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, just spread the word. Tell your friends, watch the videos, tune into the lives. That is Monday and Wednesday. I start between 8 and 8:30. And I'm learning more about the lives, because I have not been doing lives. I'm just learning about it, because I want to be able to answer questions here rather than try to answer the questions in the comments, or answer questions when people call me all day long. So I encourage people to come onto the live and ask their questions there. It's easier to answer it on the spot than when I'm working during the day. When I'm with my students, I get a lot of questions. I prefer to answer them here. And I would prefer, when people comment, I don't have time to answer the comments like I used to. When I first started, I responded to every comment. But now I don't have time to respond to every comment. I respond to the ones that I can, but again, I'm doing the live so I can answer the questions on the spot and interact with my people. You know what I'm saying? Because I see people on the road. People are really excited to see me when they see me on the road and at the DMVs and whatever. At least here you can interact with me. Let me know how you feel. How good a job am I doing? Am I a terrible instructor? Am I a great instructor? What do you think of the channel? Hit me up and let me know. I've heard nothing but good about the channel so far, but You know, there's always naysayers. Can't please everybody. Like, honestly, since I said that, I got one star review on Google one time because some guy decided there's no way my school could be that good where I got no negative comments, no negative reviews. And I'm like, well, the fact is people are leaving reviews based on what they think. I don't ask people to leave me reviews. They leave it because they like the service. But he thought it was impossible to get only good reviews. Like, no, my reviews are actually genuine. If you read them, you can tell. Okay, cool. Now, you see, you will keep watching the videos until you take your test. That's the reason why I don't have 100,000 subscribers. Because once people get their driver's license, they pretty much move on, and I get it. But if it was a regular channel that people come back to even after they get their license, then I would have 100,000 subscribers. But people watch the videos a lot until they get their driver's license and they move on. So I'm not mad at you. But in the meantime, you could still tell everyone about it, though. Even though you're not watching it still, you can tell people about it. All right, I've been on here almost an hour. So, unless you guys have more questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up. And then I will see you guys again right here on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. All right. Thank you guys for your comments and questions. And have a blessed night. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you.